Oh snap! What was that dude's name? That
We're going live right now, Tim. I'll give you that name in a little bit.
Oh,
We're
Nate
back.
Singh or something like that.
uh,
Andrew Singh, something like that.
All
nah,
right.
somebody who joined this. That's all right.
Yeah.
Tim,
Yeah.
Josh, and Santos, take it away.
All right, y'all. Second quarter. Okay, Russell Wilson wants to be the highest paid player, not quarterback, player in the league. Defensive end Michael Bennett is not happy with his contract and has said that he plays multiple positions. He wants a new contract. Okay, can this all affect Seattle Seahawks season? And I'm gonna say yes. First of all, with Russell Wilson, he has a good resume. He has two Super Bowl appearances. Okay, Michael Bennett now is a defensive lineman who, to me, is not he's not a Marvin Williams or J.J. Watt. He's nothing to me special. I think with that, if Seattle could deal him. You know, you have a lot of guys on that team who could play. Um, I don't think you should keep a guy who will be disgruntled on your team, especially when you was a goal line from winning the Super Bowl. With Russell Wilson, he wants to be the highest paid player. I think he deserves a contract. I don't agree with the highest paid player, but I'm starting to think Russell Wilson won't be there long after next season if this continues.
Really?
I'm telling you, Josh, I don't see him.
Well, I mean, he's the most winningest QB in the first 3 seasons. He's got 36 wins. That's 3 more than Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck, and Dan Marino. He's the youngest quarterback to go to 2 Super Bowls. Also the first quarterback to start 2 Super Bowls in his first 3 seasons, and the youngest in his first 2 Super Bowls. Including Wilson, the Seahawks currently have 7 starters who are on their final year of their contracts. So, yeah, this is a critical year for Seattle to start valuing what eggs they want to start, price tagging the most. But this is Wilson's rebuttal when it comes to the CEO desk in the roundtable. The Seahawks have the NFL's leading rusher in Marshawn Lynch, and they also have the #1 scoring defense. According to the Elias Sports Bureau, the last team that had that combination was the Dallas Cowboys in 92 to 94 and also 93 to 95. That's the only other team since the merger to have the leading rusher and the #1 defense over any 3-year span. And in 1993, the Cowboys went ahead and made QB Troy Aikman the highest paid player in NFL history at the time. So if history is going to repeat itself and it worked out for the Cowboys, I would say that the Seahawks should maybe do the same and give Wilson his money. Yes, Bennett is a great player, and yes, defensive ends make it much easier on your secondary and your linebackers on the defensive scheme. But then again, I don't think you can get another Russell Wilson in a draft or free agency like you can another Michael Bennett or Cliff Averill. That's my opinion, though. I think DEs are more abundant than a young, high-caliber quarterback as Russell Wilson is.
I'm going to agree with Josh on this about the fact that it's easier to replace defensive ends than I think it is to replace a quarterback the quality of Russell Wilson's level. I'm not too surprised about what's going on right now in Seattle. Like I said, they've been doing this. They have this issue with paying their players. Marshawn Lynch was not happy, and I mean I'm not hearing much about him, but I don't think he's still happy about what they did with him. Russell Wilson obviously is not happy. He wants his money. It's time to start paying this man. Michael Bennett, for me, I say take it or leave. I can do without him. I can find somebody to replace this guy. If I'm Seattle, I'm not screwing around here. I'm paying my guy what he wants, man. Listen, his record, he's going on his 4th season. He's been to the playoffs each of his first 3 years, making back-to-back Super Bowl appearances in the last 2 years, winning one of them and coming within a yard close to beating. I don't understand why Seattle is trying to play hardball here. what is the problem? Pay the man. Get it over and done with. Get the distractions out of the way. Michael Bennett, you shut the hell up. Just shut up. I don't want to hear about you. I mean, to me, you're disposable. You can be replaced. Russell Wilson has more of a gripe here because looking at what he's working with offensively, other than Marshawn Lynch, who the hell is he really working with? Yet, he still puts up good numbers, and Seattle keeps making playoffs. They average, at least 11 wins in his first 3 years as a starter? I mean, come on, man. What more do you need or want from this kid?
I tell you this. To me, they drafted Michael Bennett's replacement in the draft. They drafted Frank Clark out of Michigan, who would have been a first-round pick if it was, I believe, was domestic violence issues he had in college. But this guy is talented, and they drafted him in the, I believe, was either the second or third, I believe third round. They drafted Frank Clark, and to me, he's got the same size, but they say he's a real better pass rusher. Now, if I'm Seattle, I'm dealing Michael Bennett right now to somebody who will pay him. But Russell Wilson, and you know what, Josh, you made one of the greatest comparisons with Troy Aikman and the Cowboys defense. That was great right there. And I'm gonna tell you this: the only difference between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks is the Dallas Cowboys pay. Seattle Seahawks really don't invest. Going by just history, they don't invest in a lot of great players. I mean, let's keep this real. How many Hall of Famers came out of Seattle Seahawks?
Steve Rogers, the only one that really
right.
That's how. And the defensive lineman, forgot his name. The defensive lineman, he won 2 years ago. Forgot his name. They'll come up, but you gotta pay. And with Russell Wilson, to me, Josh is right. He is the best youngest quarterback in the league now. Make the man happy. Now here's another problem that I have, and I don't know if Seattle's trying to say, well, we have Marshawn Lynch, any quarterback who is lining up behind center. If you hang up the football to Marshawn Lynch, you're gonna win. It's not the case, because what happened in the Super Bowl receivers was not getting open. Okay, Seattle Seahawks stole they solved the problem by getting Jimmy Graham, who I always say is soft as tissue. If a quarterback can lock down a tight end, I mean, I don't know what to call you, Scott or Markel Tissue or Sharman. That's his nickname, Sharman. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not gonna work. And on top of that, you took away Russell Wilson's protector, the center. So who's gonna communicate with Russell Wilson when the center is reading the blitz and reading something to communicate with the quarterback? Now, you telling this man, okay, you cannot not only you ain't working with a receiver, with great receivers. Hey, Russell, we gave you a Pro Bowl tight end who disappears like half the season. And on top of that, Seattle played Jimmy Graham. If you played Jimmy Graham, you would know this guy's soft. This guy was scared to go up the middle. He was scared to jump for the ball. I mean, let's keep this real. The man complained about getting wide receiver money, but you couldn't even beat Aqib Talib. My God. So when I look at this, you took away from Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson this shit can't even stay in our pocket, in our pocket comfortably and pass the ball because it's still the same thing. No receivers, you got a softy tight end, and you took away his center. Now, if you're gonna look at what the management can do is this: they can say, you know what, Russell, play half the year. Let's look at Russell Wilson's numbers, compare his numbers to all the other quarterbacks who got better numbers and better offense around him, and say, you know what, Russell, let's be true. You didn't throw the ball good, yada, yada, yada in the third. We're going to pay you this. But then once they pay Russell Wilson, then you will see Seattle Seahawks load him up with nice receivers, a good offensive line, and a tight end. Guess what? He will exceed all that. This is what management does. In my opinion.
That's how they stay successful, though, man. Seattle and another franchise like New England, they are just so damn good with free agency signings and trading and just player evaluation in general. It's just amazing how good they are at it. I mean, look at how Seattle acquired most of their players either today or ones that have helped them get to where they are. You look at someone like Marshawn Lynch, the Buffalo Bills thought he was trash, and they just let him go for next to nothing. He's the best rusher in the NFL. Then you look at Russell Wilson. Let's be real. Before the draft, before he was drafted, we're thinking he's a third or fourth round QB, maybe, second tier on the bench, come in for somebody, be serviceable. None of us knew he would be a almost two-time Super Bowl champion over there in Seattle. Look at what else you got over there. Percy Harvin came for cheap, even though he's going already. Golden Tate, one of the best receivers in the game at the time he was there, got him late in the second round. What a steal. Doug Baldwin, very serviceable and good. Undrafted. I mean, it's just amazing how they find their players, and I guarantee you, Wilson is going to get his $100 million contract with whatever negotiations. He's probably going to get like a Jay Cutler-esque contract with the stipulations involved in it. But
that's horrible.
The Seahawks, they know where to value. They're going to give Wilson his, and then others, they know that those positions are I don't know what you want to say. They're easy to fill, or they could find more players in more areas for those skilled positions than you can quarterback. So he's going to get his, and if Bennett's going to whine and fuss and do whatever, all right, see ya, Frank Clark, time to step up, boy. That's how it's going to be.
Well, Sean, you there, Sean? You there, Sean? Okay. Sean, put down the rope, Sean. Okay, now I'm gonna read these wide receivers' names.
Oh, baby,
we're going back to the Super Bowl. You guys are gonna be below 500.
Oh man,
you guys are gonna be below 500. The 40. Listen. I'm gonna say this. I got the Rams. I got Nick Foles and the Rams, and I had the 49ers fighting for that division. This is a soap opera. Soap opera don't look good for Seattle.
That you should watch out for in the NFC West, and it's a team that's constantly knocking on their door the last few years that just can't get it done. The Arizona Cardinals.
Nah, I don't say them either. I don't think so. You know why? They lost their defensive coordinator. That was bread and butter.
It's the quarterback play for the Cardinals. Man.
But again, can he stay healthy? And can not only that Fitzgerald, you had, I believe, John Brown played his ass off. But what's the other receiver's name that hasn't stepped up yet? A first-round pick? Too many. And then the running game hasn't been even consistent. Let me tell you something. I like the Rams. I think they got a top defense. They have a good offensive line, good offense. And the 49ers, I don't sleep on that team. Kaepernick, they say, is having a good camp, even though
the Cardinals could have gone to the NFC title game last year if they had consistent quarterbacks.
They could have.
They definitely could
have.
I honestly
that thought team was one of the top teams in the NFC.
But I thought they were the worst team to be in the playoffs that won, 11 games last year? I was like, this is the worst team.
But so,
quarterback is...
And they're winning.
But you know what?
Dan, whatever the hell his name is, I don't even know his name. DJ Drew, DJ Clue. They're almost going to the playoffs with a third stringer.
So,
if they had a consistent quarterback, they're going to the NFC title.
Ridiculous.
So Johnson Santos. So that means, guess what? I feel good. We all agree that, okay, I'm picking the Rams or the 49ers. Santos picking the Cardinals. Johnson picking the Cardinals too. But guess what we have in common? We all know it won't be Seattle Seahawks, right? We all agree on that. That's all that matters. We all know they sick the bird. They done. They are done. And I'm gonna tell you, if Russell Wilson is smart, if Russell Wilson is smart, do not resign. Do not resign over there. Don't resign over there. Listen, we have a nice stadium in Arlington. Ready for you. Okay, we have a nice stadium, Russell. You have a great offensive line.
Why are you so confident in the Rams in the West, though? That's my thing. Todd Gurley's still getting his knee scoped out. Tavon Austin was going, and he was drafted 3 years ago. Kenny Britt is still
I
trying to
think
make a name for himself. I don't know. It's just.
Well, you know what it is? Here's the thing with Kenny Britt. I'm glad I'm glad that Jeff Fisher knew him in Tennessee, and Kenny Britt has star potential. With the Rams, they got a great front seven, without question. They have a good secondary, all right. They have a good offense, and I think Nick Foles is the perfect fit for this offense. Yeah, he's a beast. So now I look at that, and every team they played last year, you had a fight. They barely got they didn't they beat the Patriots? They beat the Patriots last year. Am I correct?
Wrap it up.
They're tough. They're tough. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. So we all agree the Seattle Seahawks would not make the win the division. We all agree on that. I'm gonna extend it and say this: if Russell Wilson is not re-signed by the season, and Seattle Seahawks are not having a great year, the man will bolt. And that's the smartest thing in the world.
I think the Seahawks or Cardinals for the West. Rams and 49ers are still shaky to me.
Well, anyways,
if the Seahawks do not pay Russell Wilson and they lose him, y'all deserve to lose for a very long time. Because stupid.
Curse.
Richard Sherman could play quarterback for them.
Look at you guys in the third quarter.